so cool. This is the pantry. My goodness.
This is one of the things that really sold me on the house. It doesn't look good, but trust me, it's almost perfect. We're gonna take our time and do it slow and put it back the way it was. Maybe not this color.
Dude, how dirty is that? Here we are in the heat in June on Broadway, one of Galveston's main thoroughfares. While you are exploring Galveston, you are bound to stumble upon some fascinating mansions and amazing buildings. Broadway, the Bishop's Palace, Ashton Villa, the Moody Mansion, the Sealy Mansion. Some of those mansions you were even able to go in and tour and explore and experience the opulence of late 1800s Galveston. Up until recently, you would drive by 17th and Broadway, look to your north and see the League Kempner Mansion in disrepair, just completely falling apart. Now, thanks to Janie Mitcham for purchasing the League Kempner Mansion and rolling it into a non-profit entity in order to restore it, bringing this home back to its rightful place among the Broadway beauties. In this two-part series, we are going to be exploring the League Kempner Mansion with Janie Mitcham, making it a multi-part series simply because it is huge, it's under construction, and there is a lot to see. But before we get started, let's talk about one thing. Who is Mr. J.C. League? Mr. John Charles League was born in Galveston in 1851, spending most of his young life going to school in Maryland and traveling around Europe. He returned to Galveston in 1872 and assumed his father's substantial estate. He had a knack for real estate investing and purchased land all throughout Texas. J.C. League did very well, building this home in 1893. You may have heard of some of the land that J.C. League purchased and developed just right up the road, League City, Texas. J.C. League died in 1916, and the home was purchased shortly after by the affluent Kempner family. Without further ado, let's hop right into this tour at the League Kempner Mansion with Janie Mitcham.
Thanks for coming today.
Yeah. I've driven by it 100,000 times. I'm super excited to see it.
It was designed and built sometime around 1893. We have that date on the plans. It's a Nicholas Clayton design, who you've done a great podcast on Nicholas Clayton. He designed the Bishop's Palace, lots of houses, churches, buildings all over Texas. He was a personal friend of J.C. League. This was his last residential commission that he did. Now that we're a nonprofit, we can raise money, look for grants, and really do an authentic restoration and get it open to the public for tours. So you want to come in?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go check it out.
Come to our faux doors. Look at this incredible
Oh my God.
foyer.
Oh
and
my
this
goodness.
same tile is in a different color in the Bishop's Palace. So I think Clayton just handed them a catalog and said, pick something. And they happened to pick the Greshams and the League. Pick the same
Oh, that is
tile.
awesome.
It's got this beautiful foyer that takes you right into a really grand entryway. And League built this house to show how wealthy he was. This was to wow people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the biggest wow factor is gone, and that's our stained glass windows over here. They're up at a restoration company in Waco right now. And we've got a lot of YouTube videos of all the work and rooms, and so they're safe and they'll come back someday.
Wow.
Yeah, you would come in here and be wowed, and this is probably the fanciest room over here. This is the parlor where they did entertaining, and you can see it's got all these columns and these curved ceilings, the plaster. It has this beautiful alcove. It's another example of the problems we're facing. It had a total failure, had to be rebuilt. And it's really cool, the detail. If you look, these are the shutters for it, and they're curved. So everything was curved to fit the room. The cornices from 1893, I have them. They're beautiful. You don't see that anymore. But you can imagine parties and women in their big gowns. Although I can't, it's so hot today. Can you imagine?
Oh my God, no, thank you.
The fireplace in there is incredible. It has 6 fireplaces overall. This is we call it the study or library or sitting room, whatever you call it, but it doesn't look good, but trust me, it's almost perfect. These bookcases have leaded glass doors, these fabulous walk-through windows, that open up and go up into the walls, so you can get a breeze in here. Fun fact about the fireplace like this, they were never meant to burn wood or coal. They're more decorative because the house actually had central heat.
In 1893?
1893. It was
oh my gosh.
Technologically forward. This was the dining room. It's a little more pitiful. The parlor needs a lot of painting and scraping, but nothing's really wrong with it. This one you can see has some condition issues, and a lot of the condition issues in this house were caused by water and termites. So just time, harsh climate, and rot. But we have a very big infestation of Formosa termites, which are a problem on the island, and if people don't know what those are, Google them. But fortunately, they're really picky eaters. They don't like hardwood. We're gonna take our time and do it slow and put it back the way it was. Maybe not this color. This is the original color and the original hand painting, but it's in really bad condition. But I'm not a fan of Victorian colors.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little torn about that. Everything you see that's painted was painted originally. Victorians did use a lot of paint. This house was purchased in 1918, I think, by League Kempner. She had a big family, 9 or 10 living children, a lot of grandchildren, needed more space. So like this house wasn't big enough. So she added on this huge addition.
Oh my gosh.
So below us are chauffeur's apartments. This was a sunroom, and then above is a bathroom. And she had 3 or 4 children that never married that always lived with her in the house. So this is a fun kind of 1920s Spanish revival.
I really like this room.
And I love it. People ask me all the time, "Where are you going to tear that down and put it back?" I'm like, no, it's 100 years old. It was designed by Birdsall Briscoe, who's a huge architect in Houston. Did a lot of River Oaks. I think he did Bayou Bend. You know, so it has its own history of the house and the families that lived here. So it'll stay, but it's fun because you can see
the exterior, right?
Wall.
Right on the outside.
And they just over one of the stained glass windows and blocked the
Oh my
light
gosh.
going through.
So the stained glass window was still there. They kept it there,
yeah. Covered over it from the back, so it didn't have natural light. So we'll have to do something with modern.
Yeah, some
LED
illumination,
lighting
right?
to
Yeah.
illuminate that and really show it all.
This is so cool.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. We're only in the entryway.
Now you're coming into the servants' domain, so just like upstairs, downstairs,
Yeah.
this is kind of front of house, back of house, but it's got this incredible butler's pantry.
This is the pantry.
Pardon the mess. They would have had all their dishes and serving pieces in here. And Eliza had big Sunday family dinners that were kind of mandatory. And so she actually added this cabinet. And the only reason I noticed it was a change is the handles are different, and there's a servant's call bell in there. So she just built right over it.
Oh, okay.
This will be a fun room. You can see some more condition issues, and this shows you some of the work that we're repairing. But this
My
is
goodness.
one of the things that really sold me on the house. When I saw it for sale, we were literally coming down to have dinner with my daughter and saw a for sale sign and whipped over and called a realtor, and it was dark and we had our phone flashlights. That's all we had to come in. It was all boarded up, so you couldn't really see much. But when I got to this room, it's original. You don't see 130-year-old homes that haven't had the kitchen gutted and a modern kitchen put in. So I still have the original hood. It's taken down to get it restored. All of the tile is here. Some of it's been taken up, but it's saved. It'll go back down. But this is just like it would have been the day it was built with the sink. I mean, it's fabulous. So we have a lot of condition and repair work to do in here, but it's one of the really impressive things about this house is it's all still here. Eliza added on, but she didn't change doors or walls or take things down. She just added on and left the original. So all the transoms work, all the hardware's here, the tiles here. There's not a lot of the pretty stuff to replace or to remake or to have remilled, the doors, the knobs. It's just here.
That's amazing.
So it's just so fun.
So well preserved. An elevator.
A full elevator was put in. Even the telephone is here.
Yep, I see that. I noticed that.
And I
That
have
old phone.
I have the little earpiece. It was hanging here without a cord. So all the people that have passed through this house, and nobody took that.
Yeah,
It didn't get
yeah.
lost. I took it home to save it and preserve it. Let's go up and take
This
a
is
look
so
at the
cool.
family. Right. It is brutal working here in the summer.
Oh, I believe it.